Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. Today's video, we're going to talk about running out of gas and how it's already starting. Now, according to a New York Post article I read, they were referring, a lot of this information came from AAA, and the AAA information actually came from the Washington Post. Anyway, with that being said, guys, people are running out of gas and being left stranded on the highway because people cannot afford the gas prices as it currently stands. Now, this information actually came from April of last year, I think, to May this year. So we haven't even hit the height of it yet. And just a couple of days ago, I think a lot of places have joined the $5 club. It's still not a national average yet at the time of this video, which is June 10th. So when it does, guys, we're going to see more people stranded on the highway. Now, the stranded on the highway is the interesting part, because I'm thinking to myself, well, if you only put a quarter tank in, you better make sure you can only travel a quarter. Oh, you can only travel what that tank provides you. You shouldn't fucking be like, I got a quarter tank, I can go to 8 places. No, you shouldn't be doing that. You got a quarter tank, you better make sure you go from point A to point B, and that's it. And maybe point B back to point A. But that's it. And then you got to calculate your travels. You got to put the mileage in. You got to be a little smart and not hopes and dreams and cross your fingers that you're going to make it. So with that, guys, we haven't seen shit yet, and this is just the beginning. If people are already getting stranded on the highway because they're not filling up their cars, what is that going to tell you about the rest of the summer? And especially if the gas prices still continue to go up, when they will. Now, I thought we were going to see $6, $7 by July. Apparently not. We're probably going to see $5 as a national average by next month. I would say if it remains at this speed, probably by October, November, we'll see $6 to $7. Probably. I'm hoping not. I'm really fucking hoping not. But nonetheless, guys, this is going to be a big problem, because obviously people are not going to be able to get to work. That's where the problem lies. Fuck the vacation trips and shit like that. People going to work. People in a lot of states, guys, use their cars every day. Here in New York City, I can leave my car parked where it is for a whole week before I have to use it again, because I use the subway or I walk. If you live in a state where you need a car, like Florida, Texas, even Jersey, a lot of places in Jersey, you need your car. So if you're only filling it up a quarter tank, where is that going to fucking get you? And keep in mind, if you live in a state that has heavy traffic, you better put more than a quarter tank in it, because you're going to be sitting in traffic. You have to calculate a lot of these things, guys, before you jump on the road. And you have to calculate the exact amount of gas you're going to need to get to point A to point B to possibly point C. And if you live in, like I said, a traffic state, for example, New York, you said it's great, or California, you better calculate that time in there as well. So according to AAA, guys, 50,000 plus people were stranded on the side of the road in April. That is a 32% increase from that same time last year. So last year, obviously, it was 32% less people being stuck on the road. This year, we had 50,000 people stranded. It was probably 50,847 people to be exact. Sorry. So with that, guys, again, that's April. That's not July. That's not August. Hell, that's not even this month. The traveling months. So we're probably going to see an exponentially amount of people stuck on the side of the road. Now, if you can help these people, by all means, help out. If you have, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. But if you have money and you can store some gasoline in your truck, helping some of these people out, or hell, just to help your friend out or maybe your wife, keep the extra gas in your car to fill them up in an emergency, especially your friends only. I wouldn't do it to a complete stranger. I would say your friends, because if you start doing it to complete strangers will set you up in a trap and take your car. So forget the strangers thing. Do it with friends only, all right? And try to keep it to that. Now, also, according to AAA, 200,000 people have been stranded on the side of the road because they ran out of gas. Now, here's the problem with that number, because they said this year so far, 200,000 people have been stranded on the road. Remember, I said 50,000 people, 50,867 or 47 people in April were trapped. Now, the problem with the 200,000 number for this year so far is how many of those people ran out of gas because they were trying to be cute. And not because gas prices are high, but because they were trying to be cute. I've done that. I've driven down a road and I'm like, I got enough to make it to the next gas station. Oh, okay, I can make it to the next one. You play that game. A lot of us played that game before. With that being said, guys, how many of those people did that stupidity like I've done in the past, or we've done in the past, right? So you got it, that number's give or take, but still, even if you lessen that 10,000 people that played that stupid game of gas station hopping, if you will, that's still 190,000 people who were stranded on the side of the road because they couldn't fill up their car. The other thing is people don't pay attention to that too. I pay close attention to the fucking gas now because I'm like, all right, I got to go here. Where? All right, I got this much gas I can afford. You know, like, I mean, I listen, I fill my car up, I leave it on the fucking street, and I might have touched my car driving-wise. This is the month of June. I think I touched it twice so far, right? So, again, we're 10 days in, and I touched it twice. Not bad. So if I can continue to do that, that would be great. But obviously, if I move somewhere else, if I leave the city and I move somewhere else, that's not going to work. Now, again, according to AAA, 44% of Americans partially fill up their gas tank. Partially, guys. Again, that's 44%, and I think that's from January to now, to June, or May, rather, sorry. So 44% of Americans are partially filling up their tanks. More Americans come later this month, or later this summer, rather, will be doing the same thing. They'll only be filling it half the way, 3/4, a quarter of the way. Listen, once you start filling it up a quarter tank, it's time for you to think of a new mode of transportation, if you can. I already told the wife, if gas gets too bad, I'm getting to use the motorcycle. And that's going to be my way to get to and from. And that'll save us a shitload of money renting a motorcycle. And she didn't agree with it. She's like, you're probably going to get a new Harley. I might get a new Harley. I don't know yet. But I definitely know I will be getting a motorcycle of some kind. I preferably would want a used motorcycle, but actually, I want a new motorcycle. But if I have to get an old used motorcycle, so be it. As long as it gets me to point A to point B. Yeah, don't tell the wife, anyone. Now, motorists, guys, who make less than $50,000, they are feeling this first. I mean, there are a lot of people who are feeling it, to be honest with you. But Americans that make less than $50,000, they're absolutely feeling this first, and this is going to be a problem. Now, here are the solutions that I'm coming up with. Make sure, if your car is your daily go-to because you have to get to work, make sure you go to home and work. If you're going to be stuck in traffic, try to beat that traffic by leaving early or late so that you're not sitting in traffic burning gas. That's one solution. It's not always the best, guys, but if you could stay after work a little bit to alleviate a lot of that traffic so that you can jump on a highway and zoom home instead of sitting in traffic burning off that gas, I think that's a better option. If you live in a city like New York, LA, Detroit, wherever it is, guys, do yourself a favor, take mass transit. I know that mass transit is pretty dangerous here in New York because they are robbing people like you wouldn't believe, or just throwing people in the train tracks because they feel like it. If you don't like the trains, try to do yourself a favor, do one of those city bikes or whatever version of city bikes is in your city. Use it. It's going to save you gas. I know that these fucking assholes are making money off of it, and if you don't like that, get yourself a bicycle and ride to work. These are the better solution, guys, than going fucking broke, because that is what they want to happen to us. They want us to go broke. So that's another option, guys. Map out how far it is to drive and fill up your tank accordingly. So if it takes you half a tank to get somewhere, put a little more than that in there, guys. Don't put a half a tank exactly. Put a little more, give yourself some wiggle room in case you get stuck in traffic because of the accident or the actual traffic that you run into to and from when you're going to work. You got the rush hour traffic, and then you got accidents. Accidents happen here and there, but rush hour is all the time, so you have to calculate that in there as well. Guys, other than that, you're going to have to be precise to where you drive. You want to go to Walmart, go to Walmart. Don't drive around thinking you have that much gas all day if you're on this boat. Some of us, we won't be in that boat yet, but we will be in that boat soon. I know that much. I think all of us will at some point. And we're going to have to start calculating where we drive and how we drive, because how you drive also matters as well. Speeding around everywhere doesn't exactly save you gas, right? So you have to drive accordingly, and you have to be responsible with your gasoline. All right, that's all. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about that. All right, guys, other than that, hopefully some of those tips help. This is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.